Well, smash that like button for me. So today we got Bleu DaVinci responding to Little Meech, who is Big Meech's son. He's kind of putting some implications on him, and, he responds to it, like, just brushes it off. And then we got Bobby Shmurda. He called in, I think, to Vlad TV, and, just talked about his case and everything, and how he did some of the realist stuff. And I think if I hear right, he commented a little bit on Tekashi, but without commenting on it. This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Smash that like button for me, guys. It's free to hit the like button. When you do something like that, it's nice, bro. Like, you're putting good stuff into the universe, and then you get good back. It's good luck, man. So why not? Okay, so let's get into it. We'll start with Bleu DaVinci. Bleu DaVinci, he's been out for a while now. He was part of the whole BMF thing. As we know, Big Meech and his brother have, like, football numbers, and a lot of these guys do. And everybody loves BMF, the story. It's a crazy story. 50 Cent's actually doing the series on it, and he's working on that now, so it looks like it's actually going to happen. Well, Little Meech commented under somebody's picture, and someone said, why don't you ever have Bleu DaVinci or talk about Bleu DaVinci? And he said, give him some cheese when I see him, implying that he was a rat. Okay, now this has been out there because some other BMF member was trying to accuse Bleu DaVinci of this, and Bleu DaVinci had to break it down where he cooperated by taking on charges, gun charges, this and that. When you admit to charges, you prevent the federal prosecutors from going to court, saving the taxpayers money, and then you get time shaved. So he got time shaved. So he responded and said, Little Meech, Soulja Boy voice, Little Meech, that dude was 2 months old when we was mobbing. He's a kid, bro. He has no clue. Just let him be him. He ain't never seen a fight in his life. He ain't even sold a pack. The only reason he ain't ran up at the house somewhere is because of his daddy. And that ain't finna last too much longer. Facts, So, he's being spared because of his dad. Because, I don't know, man. Why would I'm sure Big Meech wouldn't approve of his son commenting on that business, Like, it's none of his business. He was a kid. Probably shouldn't be talking about, that's your father, represent your father, but don't talk about things that went on back then. You could hear stories and stuff, but paperwork is paperwork. You got to have paperwork on somebody to accuse them of somebody like that. That's a big accusation to put on somebody. And speaking of jail time, we got Bobby Shmurda called in from jail. Okay, now this is a real guy for his friends. Okay, he could have been out already if he could have taken less time, and then Rowdy Rebel, his best friend, would have gotten more time. So he did they did a deal where they added on some time to his sentence and reduced Rowdy Rebel's sentence. So that's the realest thing I've ever seen. People don't do that stuff, especially kids nowadays, and he did it. So, he's going to be out sometime. He says that time is flying by and he's doing well and looking forward to an upcoming release sometime in 2020. He also, he talks about lessening time. He said something. He's always happy on the phone. I've heard him on a few phone calls before. He said something about, I heard something going on out there. I hope it's not true. I think he was alluding to the Tekashi thing, where Tekashi is ratting all of his friends out to take less time, which is the opposite of what Bobby Shmurda did, which, isn't that stand-up of a thing to do. Now, Bobby Shmurda wasn't facing as much time, but still, he could have been out of it. Nobody wants to spend extra years in jail. So, he did that sacrifice just for his friend, and that just shows, he's a real friend, man. Nobody would do something like that. Go on Vlad TV to hear the interview with him. That's pretty dope that he got that interview with Bobby Shmurda. And as far as the Bleu DaVinci thing, I don't know what's going on with that. That's the BMF business, that's between those guys. But all I know is that I can't wait for the 50 Cent BMF series to come out, because that's like real stuff that happened. It's not like this fictional power thing. I can imagine it being kind of like The Wire, if 50 does right. Like The Wire, if you guys never heard of The Wire, it came on in the early 2000s. Probably the best crime show on TV, up there with I can't even remember the other show they had on HBO, The Sopranos. That was the best. It's just so. Anyways, what do you guys think about everything that's going on? This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Hit that bell, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button, and I'll check you guys in the next one.